Ape is a South Korean film that only exists to capitalize on the release of the King Kong remake, only releasing 2 months away from the Kong remake's release. Even in Korea, the film is called King Kong's Great Counterattack, just straight up taking up the name. Can they even do that? But in America, it was called Ape. Why is it spelled that way? It's a MASH reference. No joke, it is. Though it has gone by different names, like Hideous Mutant, which take that with a grain of salt, because I couldn't find any VHS or any other home medias that bear that name. And get this. Attack of the Giant Horny Gorilla. If anything, that just describes King Kong as well. Most other countries' titles for this film is either called Ape, King Kong, or Kong. My favorite being Turkey's title for this film, Super King Kong. Super King Kong Bros for the NES. But I felt like I talked long enough about this film, so shall we start the recap? Oh god, already going off a bad start by thanking the US military. The film starts in a boat where two guys are talking about capturing a giant ape and being gassed.
He's something to see, I tell you.
I know. Imagine. Almost 36 feet tall. Wow.
A lot of girl apes say that, but usually not in a amused way, but a disappointed way.
Where's the first stop?
Disneyland.
You gotta be bullshitting me.
No, I can see them having a giant ape in captivity to promote their new Avenger movies or something.
Oh shit.
Wow, top acting right here. Believe it or not, dubbing has not improved past this. Ugh.
We defeated him once, but he rose again and has been targeting your sister. So we sent Ultraman Zero to protect her. But we've lost communication with him.
If that's true, we've got to hurry and save her. Yeah.
Hey, hold on.
Luckily, a guy in the gorilla suit survives the explosion that killed the two men and the giant ape. Oh, wait, this is the giant ape? I'm gonna need a White Claw for this. Soon the ape fights a jaw shark, or really he throws around a rubber shark then rips its jaw. You shouldn't have gotten some jaw shark repellent. Then we cut to a shot of an island. Okay, move on. I have a life, believe it or not. Then the ape terrorizes the people on this island. In his rampage, he picks up oil barrels and starts chucking them. It's shocking neither RKO or Nintendo sued this film for not only copying King Kong, but also Donkey Kong. Guy really needs to learn to do his own thing. Hey, watch it! I also saw that wire. Forgot to mention this movie was in 3D, so a lot of effects like that will happen. Then it cuts to the airport where famous movie actress Marilyn Baker arrives in South Korea where her new movie is being filmed. This has the same vibe where a writer makes the protagonist also a writer. I don't know why, it just is. She's interviewed by the press about this film, but one of the reporters, who frankly is doing a pretty bad job, catches her eye and quickly dismisses them. She soon kisses him, revealing that it is her boyfriend.
What are you doing in Seoul?
I got my editor to assign me to cover your first movie in the Orient. Should be a big story.
Don't be silly. Why did you come?
I wanted to be near the woman I love.
Tom, we promised to cool it. Remember? No talk of love.
You promised, I didn't.
This is so grossly hetero dialogue. It's hetero slop. You only like it because it's hetero.
Why don't you come to my hotel room and we'll discuss it over drink?
She has a job, you know.
Meantime, I'm sure your producers won't mind if I take you to your hotel instead of them.
Actually, they might, because they have a movie to make. Ew, he's licking my ear! Oh my god, I was just joking, what the fuck? To save you needless kissing and sightseeing, this scene boils down to the reporter, Tom, showing he's afraid of commitment. Which if this fucker kisses like that, and is afraid of commitment, dump his ass, he ain't worth it. Then it cuts to a village as one of the villagers ride this doohickey. I love it, it's very contraption coded. And he sees some giant footprints, then sees the giant ape. He must have been that quiet gorilla that told me he escaped the zoo. Didn't see him coming. And the villagers run at the ape, probably to beat him up. Later, it cuts to the world's happiest South Korean household. And the father receives a phone call.
Is anything the matter?
Important. Some farmer had too much to drink this morning, I'm afraid.
It's a lot of drunk farmers. Okay, that was really forced, even for a 3D movie. Good God. It gets to two guys in the room with the worst audio that boils down to the general doesn't believe what he's being told, and that's it. I'm not even oversimplifying or anything. Like, besides the reminder of us about the movie within the movie plot, that's it. Almost all the scenes are just poorly acted and spelling out the point of said scene. Fun fact, Davis the General also played the gardener Mickey, or Mitchell if you don't do nicknames, in The Screaming Skull. I like to think after events of The Screaming Skull, Mickey joins the military. After all, we never learn about his last name, so it could have been Davis. Okay, maybe he had a basketball career too, it just shows how eventful his life is. After that uneventful scene, we cut to an abandoned theme park. It's kind of ironically eerie seeing shots like this, especially from the prior scene, but that's quickly ruined by children running. Or not, that could also be scary as well. They break into the abandoned park and start playing, then the ape appears and watches them play. I guess. I really hope he ain't that kind of ape. Ugh. Then a teacher, I'm assuming, rounds up all but one child who sees the ape and screams. God, this has to be the sneakiest 80-something foot tall ape in history. Good God. Then everyone runs away and that's the scene. Some will be annoyed that a scene hasn't led or add on to the story, but honestly I'm fine as long as it's entertaining. I could be an asshole and says it ties to the next scene, but really it's just the same scene, but like better, so at least it was somewhat entertaining. After that, the ape sees a giant reptile, really a snake, and fights it. And by fighting, he just throws it at the camera and that's it. No animals except snakes were harmed in the making of this film. Skipping a scene that honestly should have been cut, we cut to, I'm assuming, the making of the film within the film. Seems to be some kung fu action film. It's bad when the film within the film is more entertaining and more well made than the actual film. Good grief. Everything was going well until the ape appears, this time not having the element of surprise as he is quickly seen, and they start shooting arrows at the ape. That should be useless unless... Thank God the ape showed up. That almost had the Korean kung fu movie version of the Crow death on set. At their use of reused shots, and this will happen again, they pull out a giant log and charge at the ape. I'm assuming because it cuts back to these chuckle nuts. I swear this is the second time a scene just ends like this. This scene is pointless and only leads to a joke of a cigarette brand called Long Life. Surely I don't have to explain the joke here. So let's cut to the next scene of someone hang gliding, but the ape appears and is stepping over a toy cow. Whew. That's bad, even for this movie's standards. Fun fact, that was the same cow that was in a deleted scene of the 1954 film Godzilla. Sadly, it's lost media, so it's the cow's only starring role. The cow died on a Wisconsin farm shortly after this film was made, and had two calves who later on starred in the Chick-fil-A ads. The ape starts playing with the hang gliders, and while critics hate it, I love it. Look how happy he is! The film remembers one of its many plot lines and cuts to the scene where Tom is investigating the military guy and the Korean cops.
It's not a monster we're dealing with. It's more like an overgrown ape.
And just what the hell would you call that, sir? What do you call a creature that leaves footprints 6 feet long and squashes buildings in a single step?
But he's still right. He's an oversized ape. He's not a monster because he leaves giant footprints and destroys buildings. Humans love doing that and they call it a necessity. Tom and the captain catch up with each other and the captain invites Tom to a weekend patrol. The next scene, Tom goes warn Marilyn about the giant ape.
You slut! One more time. Come on.
One more time, you bitch. No. Whore!
Cut. You gotta take it easy, Greg. I mean, you gotta be gentle.
Gentle! This is a goddamn rape scene, and you want me to be gentle, Dino?
He does have a point.
Tom, this isn't the time or the place, really.
She's trying to protect you from that rapist out there.
Come on, must everything you say be a joke? I mean, that's why I won't marry you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you love me.
It's ridiculous. Of course I love you.
Well, then why do you make up stories about Buddhist priests and...
Maybe I'm afraid. Maybe I'm afraid that if I ask you straight out, you'll say no.
Dude, shut the fuck up. Yeah, let's skip ahead and avoid any more gross tongue sounds.
Right. I'll get back to you. What's happened, sir?
The ape snuffed out another village.
That would have been cool to see. The people evacuate the village and the ape starts destroying it. And to sidetrack a bit, I don't even think the suit is that bad. Like, for a film made in 14 days, it's kinda actually impressive. Like, besides the ocean scene, there wasn't a moment where the curtain was ripped. Many would argue with me the suit's unrealistic, and you tell it's a guy in a suit, and like, yeah, so is Godzilla. That's the charm and fun of it. He gets to the ape enjoying some pine needles, and to add to my previous point, the ape just has so much personality. Like, look how he's sitting! So polite! Then it cuts to the movie within the movie, and... yeah. They retake the shot this time, the ape grabs her and takes off. Cuts back to these two dick knobs and get a call where they want the ape captured. So they send the US military, who are famous for taking things in alive. They, or I mean by they, I mean Tom and the Korean police cop guy, whatever, fuck you, follows the ape and do nothing about it. Though what can they do? Then the military shows up and the ape puts the woman down and she runs off to a cave. The ape tries to get her until the military show up again. Guess they had to make a quick pit stop or something. And the ape does these hand motions. I guess. Okay, let's skip to the best part of the fucking film. Hell yeah! Where did he learn that though? Honestly, I could stop the recap here and just skip to the end, because that's the moment where the film stops becoming entertaining and really starts to show it was made in 14 days.
Do you think that's right?
I think what's right?
Putting him on display like some sort of...
Like some sort of freak? Well, listen, it's better than killing him.
Well, why can't they take him back to where they found him?
Have you ever heard of an oil man shutting a well?
No, usually the US military kills that man and takes the oil for themselves. Alright, returning from the Night of the Scarecrow, time for a speed recap. Tom takes Marilyn to the police captain's house, then the ape rampages to Seoul to find Marilyn. The ape finds her and takes off. The military now gives the okay to kill the ape. The ape and the military have a fight, or meaning he stands around for 10 minutes, but ultimately the ape is killed and we have a shitty end of the movie spelling out the themes of the movie. If it had one.
Boy.
It's just too big for a small world like ours.
Ape is one of those films that has been dragged through the mud by reviewers from the past, but is it really that bad? Like, don't get me wrong, it's still a bad film, but not something I would say is one of the worst films. It's bad, but entertaining, and for a rental review, that's all I ask for. While some parts are a bit slow, that's mostly due to the third act, the ape is entertaining in a dumb way that you can't help but enjoy it. For me at least. Your mileage might vary. You might love the film and have a good time, or you might hate it and find it tedious and boring. That's the thing about bad movies. It's bad in its own way. Sometimes in a good way, and some are, well, in a bad way. That's the fun of it. I could go on and say the plot is boring and dull, the ape costume is really bad, and the acting was passable at best. But this is a cash grab, so what do you expect? So as an actual movie review, I would say it's a bad film worth skipping, but for rental reviews, give it a shot, you might not regret it. This has been Rental Reviews, and until we meet again, sayonara.